Good morning, folks. Welcome back to a new edition of Driving with Dan. Been a while. Been pretty busy. Had a lot of things I'd like to discuss, but just haven't had the time. But this one, I think, is pretty important. It'll, I hope, show people exactly what's going on, why it's taking place. So if you haven't realized, the left-right system is coming to an end. Its usefulness is over with, and it's being gotten rid of. In 1798, or around that time, when the French Revolution ended, it put an end to the monarchical system. Kings ruled the world, and the populace just followed what the king said, or the monarchies. It made way for a two-party system. A we against them, left versus right, however you want to put it. But it gave the illusion of putting choice in the people's hands. And I say illusion because that's all it was. Those who were put up for president or whatever prime minister, ruler, did the people choose them? Was there a ballot that came out where, hey, here's 7 candidates, and even then, who picked those 7 candidates to say you get to select from them? Because that's all an election is. It's a selection. We select from what we're given as a choice. And even with that being said, it's never really been what the people wanted. The system's always been rigged. It's always been the person who they wanted, they being those behind the scenes. But the whole point of the system was to cause a split, cause a divide. In the monarchical system, it was always the people against the monarchy. Pretty simple, right? The ruling class against the peasant class. I mean, how many movies have you watched about this? The peasant uprising. Well, this gave the peasants a voice to keep them calm so they wouldn't uprise. I mean, hello, think about it. Well, now, the time has come where the two-party system needs to go away because they need a monarchical rule to put the iron fist back down on people. But it'll happen in such a way that the people will think they're doing it. I'm seeing more and more people step away from the two-party split. But what they're leaning to is kind of libertarian. It's just another choice. And it's another choice of man. It's not God-based. It's not Jesus. It's man. So as long as you're going to choose man, you're going to choose the wrong path, the wrong choice. What's going to take place, the left-right is going to disintegrate. A system is going to show up. A good for the moral soul, the moral good character. Somebody is going to be presented in the limelight who is good morally, and we need to follow them and listen to them. They're the sound of reason. They've been this way for years upon years. At least it's going to be shown that way. And the fact is, the majority are going to go that way. And then that person's going to hammer down, and the fangs of the serpent are really going to show. This isn't speculation. Wow, speculism, huh? This is just fact based on history and the way things have gone and reading the Bible. The Bible tells us the world will be controlled by a system that can stop trade, can stop you from buying and selling if you don't abide by their laws, and that one entity, and I'm not going to say a person or a man, but an entity will have total control. Yes, we know what the entity is, and we know the man behind it. The false prophet is the one who leads a great portion of people to this entity. America being that false prophet, because all eyes are on America, the good constitutionally based system that, by the way, the Constitution, that's going to get scrapped. That's going to go out the window, because you can't have a constitution if you have a monarchy rule. Just how it works. You can't have rights for the people if you have an overall ruler. Keep these things in mind, folks. I mean, I'm not spitting conspiracy here or a theory. This is just fact based on trends, history, and the way things are going. I'm really happy seeing all the people waking up to the left-right system. Thankfully, I woke up to it 6 or 7 years ago, and I've been out of it ever since. Of course, you have still, like it did with me, when you start using common sense to point things out, like you have people on the right who are pointing out common sense things about what happened with this Alex Petty guy, or Pretty, and now they're being called leftists. Just because you don't support the right does not mean you support the left, or vice versa. Just because you don't support something means you might think logically about it. And if you don't choose a side, you're probably thinking logically. But if you're not choosing a side, don't go for that third option that's going to be presented to you. Because that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be presented to you. You have a third option. You've always had that option. And it's been written in a book thousands of years ago. It's Jesus. Jesus is the way. Follow the way. We don't put our trust, hope, and faith in man or anything man does. It's always going to lead to destruction. It's always going to lead to deception. We put our faith and trust in Jesus because He is the way to the Father, to eternal peace, eternal tranquility, where no evil will exist. And, well, the Ten Commandments will be very easy to follow because there will be no evil for us to lean to. Pretty simple, folks. Pretty good sounding, too, when you think about it. Keep in mind, watch what's taking place. And keep in mind who's not being mentioned while all this crazy stuff is going on. People like Vance. You notice the Pope's out of the limelight. So you got to pay attention to who's not being spoke about. Because all of a sudden, they're going to be shoved right in front of your face as the good moral character, as the one who, this is the one we should follow. They're good morally. They're a good Christian based. Yeah, sorry, but if they're following a church-based system, a mainstream system, I'm not saying they're damned, but they're being deceived. Only God will open their eyes and lead them away. But be careful who you follow. Be careful what you do. And be careful what you believe in when it comes to man leading it. Because man will always lead you down the wrong path. I pray this hits home with some of you. And for those of you who are leaving the left-right system,